Welcome to the Knitting Samurai +1 video podcast. This is episode 100, Follow Your Muse, and I am your host Steph, also known as the Knitting Samurai. So I haven't been super motivated to knit lately, and I feel like part of that is I've instituted so many challenges and goals and intentions and stash dash and camp loopy, and there was just so much structure around my knitting that I just wanted to turn and walk away. And plus, I don't have a lot of free time every day to knit. Some days we're starting to get towards the schedule with Tristan right now. He's 9 weeks old, and he's taking some bigger naps in the afternoon, but it's like, okay, now's my chance to run around and do laundry and dishes and cook and get everything set for the next day. And so I'm not getting as much done as I would like, but I haven't been motivated to knit the things that I've set out to knit, the goals that I put in front of myself, UFOs and whatnot. But I have been motivated to knit the barn raising quilt. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. I don't know, I feel like it's not a sexy, exciting project, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So I thought I would just quickly share with you what's going on and what I've been up to, and yeah, get another episode on the books. So the barn raising quilt that I talked about last time, that I'm thinking I'm going to make 77 squares for, it is a pattern by Larissa Brown and Shelly Mackey. I am using all kinds of leftover sock yarn and knitting it on US 2s, the big 2s, I think, 2.75 millimeter needles. Details are on my Rav page, and every group of 4 that I finish, I'm sharing with you guys, has been my goal. So this is what I finished in this past week. First is Inspiration Dye Works in the Fluffy Plus base, and this is the Caution Stripes. I knit a pair of socks with this, and I think of it as my Bruins socks. This, I have to say, I had thought I would do all self-striping, and I would take 3 years to do it, and every pair of socks I finished, like plain stockinette or plain 2x2 rib toe-up socks, which is what I like to knit for socks. Every pair I finish, I would knit a square, but I am just busting through these squares and having a really good time doing it. So I'm going to use as much self-striping sock yarn as I have, only 1 square per skein, and just keep going from there. So this one is Opal Moire, I believe is the color. It's something about bricks is what's on the label. And I knit a pair of these this spring for Steve's Aunt Laura. So there's that. I did get a question. I am not completely following the pattern instructions. I am doing yeah, he's talking. Magic loop, doing magic loop, yes. And I'm casting on with Judy's Magic Cast On, 6 stitches on each needle. That's how I'm starting it, instead of whatever the pattern says to do. So that way I don't have anything to seam up at the end, and it does look a little bit rectangular instead of square to me, but I'm okay with that, and I'll block them out and we'll see what happens. So then this one was this is Red Heart Souls and Heart and Soul, I think is this yarn, and these were my Grinch socks earlier this year, and I knit this with the faded denim or faded jeans colorway. So I loved this, and I love knitting square, so yeah, and he loves them too. Tristan's sitting in his car seat over there. You can see Roland's is behind me. And then there's this one, which is, this is another Opal. I don't remember. I've got it noted on my project page what this yarn is, but another Opal square. Just a pair of green socks that I knit for my Aunt Bonnie. So there's that. And then after I finished those 4, so now I've done 8 squares. I'm a 10th of the way there. I decided that I would do color themed groups of squares. So I haven't finished this second set, but it's what I've been working on, so I'm going to share them. So another Inspiration Dye Works. So this is the pink set that I was working on. I don't remember the name of this colorway, and this one is the basic sock, which I think I bought a couple skeins of the basic sock before I realized that I like the Fluffy Plus much more, that hard twist. So this is probably a 4-ply or higher ply, but it's less soft. So, and I did work to try and get the pink in the center because I kind of like that bullseye effect. And then this pink square, oh, and these were socks for my cousin LT. that I don't think I've given to her. I think she went off to college and I knit them and they've been sitting. I should send them for this year, her sophomore year, as a like welcome back to school project. I mean package. Anyways, so this one is Patton's Croy. These were socks that I knit for Steve's grandmother, so the boy's great grandmother, and that is in the rose brown marl and the Patton's Croy rag shades. There we go. See, it's all in there. I just have to think about it for a second. So I like the way that one came out too. I actually look at this and I see Divergent. So I've been listening to that book, and last Friday, Steve was home with Tristan, Roland was at daycare, and I banged out a bunch of errands, but I had time in between the different doctor's appointments, haircut, all these things. And so I sat in the car and listened to some of Divergent, which is very good. It's by Veronica Roth. I am now like this far from being finished with Insurgent, which is the second one, which if you've ever listened to Cat Williams, it's kind of like a funny connection there. But he's a comedian. He's a, yeah, he's a funny comedian. Anyways, so this makes me think of Divergent. So, and then I pulled out, because I love this, and I know it's not self-striping, but this is a Regia yarn that I had knit Cookie A BFF socks, I believe, with this, and knit on the podcast, I think while I was pregnant with Roland. So it's been a long time since this yarn was on the needles, but I just love that color. So it has to find its way onto the blanket, and it's more of a red than a pink, but whatever. And then the last square is this. You just saw me finish these socks. So this is the Lavender Fair Isle. Oh, who is this by? Online Sock, I believe. So, and there you go. It's a green and pink mix. So that one's still on my needles, but it counts as done, because by the time I see you again, I'll have another 4 done. So I am flying through these squares and I'm really enjoying knitting them. And I just wanted to share that with you. Tristan is 9 weeks old and he's full of smiles and talking and so much fun, and we're almost on a schedule. Yeah? Nine weeks old and rolling over and spitting up. He's still waking up around 3 o'clock every night, and it's like, oh, do we do the pacifier or do we feed him? We go back and forth, and he'll sleep through eventually. I know he will, all the way through. And so he'll usually get up, eat, and then he sleeps till 6:30 or 7. So it's not a bad night. He goes to bed around 6:30 or 7 to begin. So 12 hours with a wake up in the middle. And what's going on with Roland? He's really enjoying preschool. He's crazy. I love spending time with that little guy. He's just so funny. So funny. And lately he's been telling us that he needs to eat food and take naps to get energy. Energy. I have energy. I do want to do a soulful sock construction knit along, but that's not where my motivation is right now. Like, I have 2 socks in progress, one for Fish Lips heel, and one's in the chair upstairs in our room, the recliner for rocking. One's sitting up there in case a baby falls asleep on my lap, I can knit. And then the other one I keep in the car, but they're not getting a lot of progress because what I want to knit are these squares because they're so quick and very gratifying. So that's what's going on with me. Yeah. I hope you have a great few days, week, 10 days till I see you again, and enjoy what's going on in your knitting. Bye.